So be mindful of that, because when a mismatch occurs, because whatever W-2 or 1099 that you get, just keep in the back of your mind, the IRS gets it too. So in order to combat that, sign up for the free online account at the IRS website. So you can pull down your wage transcript and kind of confirm what you made in 2022.
Welcome, everybody, back to another exciting show of the About That Water podcast. I'm your host, Anthony, and I have a wonderful guest who doesn't need any true introduction because she's been on the show multiple times, and it's Angela from 718 Tax Services. How have you been, Angie?
I've been doing well. Thanks for having me back. I really appreciate that.
Awesome. No, I appreciate everything that you do in the tax arena. You've taught me so much, and you taught most of all of my listeners so much information. They still come back to me and asking, so what is happening here, and what is going on with these taxes? How can I maximize my taxes? And I
Right.
always tell them, it's like, hey, I had a tax lady on here all the time. 718 Tax Services. You need to talk to Angie. She'll hook you up. So since you're back here to kind of hook us up again with some new
Yeah.
information, what's happening in the tax arena?
Well, everybody needs to, especially if you have not filed your taxes, let's get this out the way first. The extension deadline is coming up soon. I know we're at July 30th at the time that we're talking, but anyone, an individual or a C Corp that needs to file their taxes, you have until October 17th of 2022. And that's on a Monday because the 15th lands on a weekend. And those S Corps and partnerships, your deadline is September 15th. So if you don't have that done, and any business owners that also have individual taxes, you got to get your business taxes done first before you can do your individual taxes. Now, deductions amounts for 2022 have increased. So for our W-2 workers as well as business owners, just know that your personal standard deductions for singles have increased to 12,950 for single and married filing separately. Head of household is 19,400, and your married filing jointly is 25,900. So they're trying to adjust those rates to because of inflation. Everybody's thinking there's no inflation. Yes, there is. Go to the store. The prices have gone up. So as it relates to your taxes, be mindful of that. From July to the end of the year, any business miles that you may have, even if you're an individual W-2 worker, your charitable contribution mileage is about the same. It's 14 cents. However, there's a middle grade. And I do have a weekly tax tip that goes out to a lot of my customers or clients that we've gone over that. But I want to kind of go over some of the things for July that we have for our weekly tax tip. And I'm trying to pull that up. Hold on one second. And okay. So your standard mileage rate for business travel is 62.5 cents. That's up from 58.5 cents. So you and I, Anthony, we are business owners. We do have a little bit of increase in our business mileage travel. Your medical and moving has increased to about 22 cents. But your charitable work, like say, for instance, you do something for charity, whether it's a church or an organization, that you did some charity work, it's only 14 cents across the board. That did not increase. The IRS was like, nope, we'll increase these others, but not that. As far as a W-2 worker, a couple things to kind of look out for when you file your taxes or in the coming year or about to file your taxes due to this tax extension, that there's some audit flags that the IRS has been putting into place. So we can kind of talk about that briefly. But from you jumping from 25,000 to a $300,000 salary, they're going to look at you really closely. Because I had a client, a gentleman, he actually owned a franchise of a steak and shake. He stepped out on faith and said, look, the franchise fee was real low. Prior return, he was only making about 40.
Right.
2021, he made $1.3 million.
What?
So we know he may be subject to audit.
Mhm.
So when you have a leap like that, it's like, whoa, and I don't think he really anticipated the much success, but the ordering of food online really drove a lot of his sales. So we want to do sooner than later for him to get him in an S corp, but we won't really touch on that because there's some things as an S corp. So if you're a W-2 worker thinking about, oh, I'm going to start this business finally, because things are going to get worse before they get better. I mean, just be out there. This is my opinion. So to have that extra income coming in, especially if you're making 40,000 or more in revenue, you pretty much can set yourself as an S corp and put yourself on payroll. So your corporation can pay you. You work for your company basically. But those are some things. If anyone has any questions about that, please reach out. I mean, don't be shy. You can send me a DM on Instagram. I do check my messages. Not as quite often right now, but I do check my messages. So give me about 24 to 48 hours. I will get back to you. But those are some things. Also, if you fail to report all your income, this is another audit flag. Say, for instance, you are W-2 and 1099.
Right.
That failure to report, you will get a CP 2000 letter, and you may be scared because what the IRS does, they report that income that you did not report, and they don't give you any deductions or anything that you may qualify for and send you a tax bill. So be mindful of that, because when a mismatch occurs, because whatever W-2 or 1099 that you get, just keep in the back of your mind, the IRS gets it too. So in order to combat that, sign up for the free online account at the IRS website. So you can pull down your wage transcript and kind of confirm what you made in 2022. Because I've seen a few of our clients, like, I forgot to tell you. They start the phrase, I forgot to tell you I had this income. But during our client intake call, we asked, is this all your income? Because I'm working a situation right now where client got the CP 2000 notice.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of scared. And it's like, what do you do now? Well, you have one or two things. That letter may explain not to file an amended return, or if you disagree with the amount, you can. So you have two choices. So that's something that, I wanted to touch on briefly about that. But yeah, I
Oh,
go ahead.
I have the website so people can go ahead on and sign in, or at least check it out.
Sure, yeah. Let's do that. Let me just move my screen over. Because that online things have changed because of a lot of identity theft. But you can sign into your online account. I'm not going to go all the way through, but it's irs.gov, and it's /payments /your dash online payment online dash account, basically. But if you want me to share my screen real quick, I have it up that you can see that, or you can just pull it up on yours.
Yeah,
I just sent you the link.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a good practice to do is to, at the year end, you're at 12/31, and they start mailing out or emailing you your W-2 statement. Now, this is what is going to be reported to the IRS. But you forgot earlier in the year, I had this 1099 job and you underreported all your income. So from here on your screen, Anthony, all you have to do is click on sign into your online account. And if you don't have an existing account, there's an option for you to create a new account. Okay. And they have frequently asked questions here. So this is where you can confirm all of your income for the year.
Got it.
And you are going to have to go through a verification process because it's a little tedious. I have to do this myself because I always want to make sure all the 1099s that I got for that particular year, because I'm not W-2 anymore, that are accounted for. Because whoever you work for, you did freelance or anything like that, independent contractor, if they don't report that to the IRS, they underreported your income. And that's a totally new, different animal that I won't get into because there's situations that people run shady businesses and they pay you. But I won't get into that. But from here, say for instance, you didn't have an account, Anthony, you're going to click on create a new account. And then here you're going to create an ID.me account with an email address, a valid one that you want to use, and you enter and confirm your password. Okay, so once you get through all of that and you create the account, you're going to have to take a picture of your face because it's going to scan your face.
Wow. Okay.
So this is new. And this is to prevent identity theft because there's a lot of instances where false returns are being filed on people's social security numbers. So, but when you go in and sign into your online account, you'll have a dashboard where you can see, I wish I had some screenshots for you. I may have to send that separately for you so you can post that in the show notes. But the screenshots actually have, it's like a split screen where you can check to see if you got your stimulus, your recovery rebate credit, and if you have kids, the advanced child tax credit, just to verify that the amounts that you've received. And then on the other side, you can view your wage transcript. And that's what you want to click on. Your wage transcript will be unmasked. And when I say unmasked, it means it'll have the total amount of income that you received, but the EIN number or the federal ID number for your employer only has the last 4 digits. So if you go to file your taxes, if you do it on your own or you come to us, hey, or you go to somebody else, they're going to have to get the full federal ID number in order to input that in their system. And you can always call the IRS to get that to be unmasked for you. But that's only to protect you as the taxpayer and the employer, because again, identity theft has really risen since the pandemic. So that's why they're doing it and stuff like that. So always, please, failure to report all of your income is an audit flag, like to kingdom come. Because if you get that CPT through 2000 notice, just know something was reported and you didn't account for it. So don't beat yourself up too bad, but that's something that we need to kind of address. But if you're W-2 and you own a business, I wanted to get into this, that when you deduct personal expenses, keep them separate from your business, because I've seen some horrible mistakes this past tax season. So record keeping is number one, that you as a business owner, and you do W-2 as well, keep a Excel spreadsheet, get QuickBooks or get some other free software app, because they can, link to your business bank account and do all that stuff for you. Math errors. Sometimes the IRS has identified over 2.5 million math errors on recent tax returns. So the biggest culprit is the tax liability and credit calculation. So just be sure, if you're using TurboTax, which I don't really recommend, but budget wise, I understand people are wanting to use those free softwares. Just know they work with the IRS. That's all I'm gonna say because I know I'm being recorded. All I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna take a sip of water.
So you recently finished your classes. Can you actually share a little bit more about that?
Well, yeah, the last time we chatted, I'm a little bit delayed. I'm starting it, Anthony. I'm not quite finished. I'll be finished by December 31st. But thank you for mentioning that. It's an annual filing season. It's optional for tax professionals and CPAs to take. And what it is every year, I opt in to take it because it gives me at a high level view of what the tax changes that are coming down the pipeline. I also take an ethics course, as well as I think this year I'm going to focus more on small business because the cryptocurrency is coming down the pipeline this year. It was exposed last year and the year before, but they're going to really focus on that now because if you are buying, exchanging, or selling any type of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, the visibility for the tax is high at the IRS. So I'm going to be probably taking a course on that just to get ready for you taxpayers that have questions. Because if I stay abreast on what the tax laws are coming at us, that I can prepare you guys, whether it's through our weekly tax tip or newsletter, you get it that way. I will post some on social media as well to keep everybody abreast, but that actually shows the taxpayer that the certifications, okay, she's certified with not so much the IRS, but the tax school that I'm taking these courses through to say that across the board, the 48 states, because there are a couple of states that I really don't go into, especially after this year to do taxes for, because their requirements for us are really, really, there's more extensive exams. So, but I can recommend folks in those states to do taxes, but it really puts me on a list to say that I am qualified to do a tax return, basically. So it just gives you more about the ethics, what I went over about the mileage rates, some audit things that to look for to educate your clients on. So it keeps me accountable, not only with my clients, but also with the IRS.
So I recently came across the term EA, which stands for Enrolled Agent. Can you explain that a little bit more or talk about the different agents that are out there? Thanks.
Yeah, an enrolled agent actually can present you in front of the IRS. That is something that I'm striving to do. I thought I was going to complete it this year, but family and health issues got in the way. But it's timing is everything. So yeah, basically you are qualified as an enrolled agent to represent, especially if you have clients that need tax resolution, to represent you in front of the IRS and exhaust that tax law and pretty much be your coach or leader, when it comes to going through IRS correspondence. I actually do that now, but I'm not an enrolled agent. My limitations is that I'll have the taxpayer fill out a tax authorization form. And on that tax authorization form, I'm limited on what I can discuss with the IRS. But as an enrolled agent, no holds barred. You can look at their tax filing. You can recommend things in the tax law that the IRS may have missed and help your client that way. That is an awesome thing. If there's anyone out there interested in being an enrolled agent, go for it, because you're pretty much valued more than a CPA. Nothing to knock CPAs because they know how to look at the financials and put together financials. However, when it comes to the tax law, there's some CPAs out there that are very unfamiliar. They know how to do the taxes, but as far as when it comes to the law and what you can deduct and what is some of the tax rules, on a high level, they're pretty much familiar, but CPA versus enrolled agent, I'd rather have an enrolled agent on my team, especially if I have a tax issue. If I need a financial statement done, I'm gonna go to my CPA.
What are the limitations of going to a tax preparation center, such as H&R Block?
Now, a tax professional like me, I cannot represent you in front of the IRS if you go to court. I don't have that authorization. Now, when I am an enrolled agent, I will be able to do that. So, and I'm kind of looking forward to that because it's more of a research and challenge, the IRS with some of what they're bringing down you as a pipeline to kind of scare you. Because I have to refer a lot of people to another individual that's in the DMV area to say, look, she's good. I mean, she knows the tax law. She studied it. She took the test because you're going to have to take the test in order to solidify whether you are qualified to be that enrolled agent. And you work side by side with the IRS, basically.
What are the best ways that people can reach out to you to learn a little bit more about their taxes or if they have questions?
You can reach out to me at my website, which is 718taxservices.com or 718taxservices on Instagram. And then you can find me on LinkedIn. That is a little bit different. I'm not prepared to tell you what that is because it hasn't changed from the last time you had it in the show notes. It has not changed. And then I do post a lot of the weekly tips on Twitter. So it's Angelina at, I think it's Angelina 718 tax on Twitter.
You've mentioned your newsletter. Can you tell us a little bit more about that so that more people can sign up for it?
Well, you can go to my website, 718taxservices.com, and click on the newsletters and more, and then you'll see 718 newsletter. So when you click there, it's free to subscribe. I'm only using your email address. I'm not going to bombard you with spam emails or anything like that. Same thing with the weekly tax lab. We just recently changed that for you to sign up to get that too. And we'll just add you to the list. And every Friday, you will get the weekly tax tip. And once a month, you'll get the monthly newsletter. So, and yeah, we took some time to kind of put some good information that will help, not so much hinder you, just give you information and say, I didn't really think about this was a tax, situation or event that I need to look out for. If you missed a prior tip or newsletter, it's out there for you to go ahead and look that up as well. But yeah, it's free. You're not under any obligation and you can unsubscribe at any time.
So what books are you currently reading? You can stay financial or non-financial.
I knew you were going to ask me this. I knew it. I'm actually not reading any financial books right now. I'm reading Viola Davis's book, and it's a shocker. Yeah. I had to put it down, Anthony, because it made me so sad. It was like how she grew up, in her childhood. And the first word alone in the first chapter shocked the living daylights out of me. But there's some cursing in this book. Okay. So if you're not sensitive to curse words and whatnot, but her life, oh my God. And if you could pull up that title, because,
it's called Finding Me, a memoir.
Yes. Her memoir.
Yeah.
It may make you cry, it may make you sad. I was just stunned. But I could relate because not exactly what she went through, but as a child, I was bullied. She was bullied too, but hers was really extreme. But I knew how to bob and weave and hide. So, I mean, and make people laugh so I wouldn't get bullied. The other book that I'm reading that's non-financial is Living Good. It's like a 21-day for your diet. I got that off of Amazon. Actually, when I was watching one of your YouTubes, this gentleman's ad popped up, and I want to just grab that book right now so I can give you the correct name and the author. But it's kind of like making a lifestyle change with your diet so you can live a healthy lifestyle. And it's more like getting away from sick care, because that's what some of the healthcare is. It's sick care, because he talks about, he's a doctor. He talks about his dad being sick, and there was nothing they could do to make him better because they gave him like X amount of months to live. And he stepped in, got him on a healthy diet, and things just went 180.
Wow.
Yeah, 180. And it's just a testament. A lot of our health concerns are due to diet, because I think that's how I got well a little bit quicker, is because I had a healthy diet. And I do like my sweets, and I do like my a little bit of fried food. I really do, but I try to shy away from stuff like that because the long-term effects. Because what you do in your 20s is going to affect you in your 30s, 40s. It just trickles down. So we just need to be mindful, and drink a lot of water and stay hydrated. Whether you're overweight, underweight, whatever, just stay hydrated, because that flushes a lot of stuff out of your system.
So you can tell your skin looks good too. So
thank you. Yeah. I've been trying to get some rest. You don't see the little bags under my eyes, but yes, thank you. Yes. Water, Jesus and water is the skin,
water, I like it.
Yeah, and staying positive. But if you have a moment, if you want to pause, I can grab that book so you can put that on your list. But it is Living Good Daily by Dr. Living Good. He's the founder of Living Good Daily. It's a 21-day guide to experience real health. And he has a workbook in there too. This is how the book looks. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm kind of focusing on that this summer, But Viola's book, oh my God, just be prepared. The one book, I think, this is the third one. This is the last. I'm not going to even go any further. But The Instant Millionaire, I've read that a couple times. Pick that back up, because that will motivate anybody.
Really?
Yes. I actually started the book like 2 days, and then I took my mom on a train trip for her birthday. And I'm going to tell you how good this book is, Anthony. The train trip was from Jacksonville, Florida to Winter Park, Florida, which is a couple hours by driving. But we took the train, and on the way back to Jacksonville, we're about to get off to, drive back to the city. I've just about finished that book. I had one chapter left.
That's good.
Yes.
That's
the Instant Millionaire. I just recommend, if anyone needs any type of motivation, and they're stagnant. And again, I will reiterate, if you don't like your W-2 job, you do not have to stay there, because I said that when we last season. It's like, use it as a stepping stone, because you can start your side hustle, but don't leave that W-2 job until you have enough finances, because things got a little rough for me. I've recovered, but it's like, it got a little rough. I'm keeping it 100, 100. You guys say I'm keeping it 100. Yeah. I'm just keeping it real 100, facts, all those slangs, all of it. But just make sure you have enough to finance that, because I'm a seasonal business. So that should just tell you is like, there's some challenges, and keep your expenses and overhead low, because don't sign up for everything everybody throws at you, because you're gonna be in trouble financially for your business. Just putting out there. And when if I didn't help anybody, I know I helped one person with that statement, because there's some free things you can do. There's some apps out there. They'll pay you to play video games, while you do your regular job. There's a website out there. You can test video games and they pay you $30-$40 an hour to do that,
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember what that. I wrote it down because I was watching a YouTube the other day, and I was like, wait, just play video games?
Like, I could do that, right?
Exactly. Well, I don't watch much television, so I said, but shoot, I could take my TV time and play video. And you're gonna PayPal me? Yes. Just be creative. Do what you love. Because I know how it is going into that 9 to 5 and you're dreading it. Find ways, because things are going to get better before they get worse.
Yeah.
And that's just my opinion.
Let's have fun. Things will get worse before they get better.
Yes, there you go. I like how you said it better than I did. So.
Oh no, you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
So, but again, I want to thank you so much, because I want to be respectful of your time.
Thank you
for being on the show. As always, you're more than welcome to come back anytime. And
okay.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, and definitely. I would love to come back before the year end, because by then I'll be completely finished with my certifications.
Yeah, definitely keep me posted, because I would like to go live about that and celebrate with
all
the listeners.
Yeah, awesome. I will. And thank you so much. And congratulations again on everything, Anthony. I know your mom and your wife are proud of you. So, and your dad. Yeah. So tell everybody I said hello. And if they have any questions, they can call me. I'll answer them. They can call me. Okay. Now, I may not answer right away. Leave a message. And I will call you back. Right. Seriously, I will, because this is kind of break time for me, having that time to spend with family and kind of recharge. Well, tell them don't be shy. Call me.
All right, I will do. I'll make sure that they call you to even just to say hi.
That's good too. All right, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right.